Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here. This is the third year that we have a biobanking session during this conference, and we are proud that the first ever biobanking session in a conference in Egypt was here in ESPCR. And usually I start with this question every time. How many of you before today hear about biobanking and know what a biobank is? Would you please raise your hand if you know what before this session what biobank is and what biobanking is? Okay, not so many. Actually, one of our goals in having a biobank session is to introduce this concept for the scientific world. And since we are in the era of social media, we think that using social media should be a very common way of communicating scientific concepts, including biobanks. So may I ask how many of you have a Facebook account? Would you please raise your hand? Okay, not so many. I didn't expect this. Okay, so I will start this presentation with this question. What do you think are the most crowded or heavily populated places on Earth? And like the Olympic Games, we are going to start from the third to the first position. And in the third position, with about 1.3 billion citizens, we can find India. In the second position, with about 1.4 billion citizens, we can find China. And in the first position, with about 1.8 to 1.9 billion users, we can find Facebook. If social media were countries, this is how the picture will look like. Actually, if we are talking about the United States of Facebook or the United Kingdom of Facebook, which includes Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, this will include like 3.5 billion persons worldwide. So this is a huge number. So that's why we should talk about using social media in communicating scientific concepts. This is a timeline for Facebook story starting in 2004 as the Facebook. It was a project by a Harvard University student, and then passes through different events, including acquisition of WhatsApp and Instagram, and finally ending as the biggest social media network worldwide with a market value greater than the economy of some countries. And if you want to know more about the story of Facebook, I will recommend this movie. It's a very interesting one. I watched it twice, and I'm willing to watch it for the third time. And this movie actually has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, so I think it's an interesting one. If we want to look at numbers, these are Facebook global leaders. USA comes in the first place, followed by India, which comes in second place this time, and then Brazil. And for regional leaders, Egypt comes in the first place in the Arab world, followed by Algeria and Iraq. And over the past few years, Facebook has evolved from just being a social media platform where you can meet your old friends, you can remember your memories, celebrate your occasions, into a marketing platform. Not just as a marketing platform for products and services, but also as a marketing platform for ideas. Today, if you want to start a project and you're looking for crowdfunding, you can do this through Facebook. If you want to collect donations for the charity, you can do this through Facebook. If you want to change people's attitude and behavior towards something, you can do this through Facebook. And we have many examples for using Facebook for communicating ideas. One of them is the Egyptian Revolution in 2011. So what we are going to do is I'm going to tell you our experience actually in using Facebook for communicating the concept of biobanking, which can be used as well for communicating a concept like stem cells for the community. So the first step actually is to know who is your customer. You have many stakeholders actually. Some of them actually, you have the researchers, you have students, you have the public, you have policymakers. So you have to know first who I'm going to talk with. So in our case, we have chosen undergraduate students of life sciences, and the rationale for this was 2 reasons. First, because we thought that these persons represent the potential future biobank customers, so it's important to tell them what biobanking is. And the second reason is that this group show eagerness to grasp new ideas and concepts. When we created what is called actually the marketing mix in the language of marketing, which is composed of what they call the 4 Bs. The product, we created a short introductory biobanking course for them to tell them what biobanking and the related sciences. We didn't have a problem with price and place, but as we go to promotion, we had a problem. We didn't have fund to do this. So we thought, why don't we use Facebook to communicate this idea? So was this approach effective or not? It's important to know if you are going to talk to them. Are they interested? Will they follow this way? So as you see, actually, these are the Facebook users in Egypt, and most of them, 34% are between 18 and 24 years of age, and many of them tend to be always online, so it sounds like an interesting approach to use Facebook for this. You know, you want to make as many people know about what you are doing. So it's important to communicate the idea with the largest number of followers. So to increase our exposure, we did 2 things. First of them is we used paid ads, and we will talk about this later on. And the other way that we created the event, Facebook, on the ESBCR Facebook page, which, as you see, at that time had like more than 28,000 followers. So it was effective to put the event or the ad on this page. It's also important to tell people what you are giving as different from other products. At that time, there were many courses, similar courses that are targeting undergraduate students. So we tell them, actually, our course is quite different. So first, we told them that this is a special issue of the Time magazine, telling them that biobanking is one of the 10 ideas changing the world, so it's worth it to attend the course talking about biobanking. And the other point, we told them that our course is endorsed by the BCNet, which is a network of biobanking in low and middle income countries. This network is coordinated by the World Health Organization, so you tell them that you have a course that is endorsed by the World Health Organization. Facebook gives you the option, actually, to give a large number of different posts. You can just write the post, you can add a photo, you can add a video with it. So you can use different types of posts. So that we did, this is what we did. We added some news about biobanking, some videos, and some posts we try to make them more or less funny. So for example, this is a post to tell them the importance of biobanking. This is a post about a guy who is preparing a postgraduate studies, and he suffers a lot collecting his samples, so he quits and ends up working in a restaurant, which is something I might consider myself, which is because I'm suffering a lot collecting samples for my PhD.